Hopefully it behaves itself and stays there. It's a mind of its own, that tripod. Yeah, the blue water is really nice on that side now.
It's a lovely stretch, this.
You must get a lot of photographers and videos by the water.
Down here.
Yes.
When we did the gala, we ran them in multiple, side by side across here.
Yeah.
Loads of good photos from down there.
Oh god, yeah, I've seen videos of it.
Some quite nice drone footage as well.
Oh yeah, there's drone technology makes it better, doesn't it?
As long as they don't get more than 100, nearer than 150 feet, they're fine.
Yeah.
When you whistle, just two
Yeah,
notes, not three.
two.
Yeah. There are codes for doing other things.
Oh, I
You're not
see.
worrying about that just at the minute. Too surprising. So your brakes would become interlocked with your doors. But you can see, like on a hill here,
Yeah.
even if the doors were open, you'd be able to roll away with this one. Which is how they were originally built.
Not ideal, is it?
No, when they modified the doors, they interlocked it all. But you think about it, there was no interlocking on doors prior to these being built anyway.
Yeah, you just open, close them.
Just open them when you want.
It's only really with the second generation electric trains that had the automatic doors. The PEPs, I think? Yeah.
Yeah, the PEP was the first one.
PEPs was
Like-
the first.
Well, I'm saying that the Merseyside stock had sliding doors,
Yeah, they did.
but the LMS, but I'm not sure whether that was interlocked or not.
I'm not so sure.
This bit here, we have to run over it for a couple of months, and then they'll tamp it.
Yeah.
makes you go to sleep with this rhythm, doesn't it? It's just
It's quite it's quite satisfying, isn't it?
this is another place where when it's wet, you've got to take a lot of precautions for braking.
Especially as you're going downhill as well.
Well, in winter this never sees any sun at all. After about September, October time.
Must be a nightmare to drive, I imagine.
It is when it's damp. Christmas trains obviously aren't very good for that.
I'm surprised you actually use this section in the winter. You don't just do Butterley to Swanwick Junction and back.
It's not really long enough, and what we do in winter is we close Swanwick side because it's just too big and windy. And we open the other buffet at Butterley.
Yeah.
And the Christmas trains run from Butterley and back to Butterley again. So you've got to have time for Santa to go around and give all the presents out. So.
Oh, that's fair enough.
So they come down here, they go back to Hammersmith and they go back again.
But because the loop's being...
Don't need it. We top and tail in winter.
Ah, right, yeah.
You don't want to be disconnecting the heating on the train all the time.
No. Yeah, that makes sense.
We tend to put D4 on one end and put something like the Ginty on the other.
Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense.
And obviously we've got a rake, I don't know if you've seen it, we've got a complete rake of Victorian carriages.
Yeah, I think I've seen them.
Yeah, fully restored. They only come out 4 or 5 times a year. Well, obviously you need your run round loop for that.
Yeah.
And the ordinary steam services and diesel services. This has been a bit of a nuisance for 2 years, but the problem with the culvert at the end rather sprung on us. So that ticking, that's your anti-slip going off, believe it or not.
Christ.
Yeah. That's caused by one of the gearboxes not reversing.
Ah, right, I see.
So you can't drive it with the gearbox light on.
No.
But you can usually clear it by doing that because it causes the engine to push the mesh around in the final drive a little bit, and it helps it get the right direction.
Yeah, I see.
If that doesn't work, you put it back in the direction it was in, move it about half an inch and try again.
Well, at least you have backup ideas for this.
Well, this is part of the learning.
Yeah.
Because obviously if you get stuck down here in February and you're on your own, you've got to know the answer to all these things.
Yes, I imagine.
I mean, phone a friend works to some extent, but tell which gearbox it is though, because you have one red light, which is your train light, but it didn't have the local one, so that means it's the gearbox in the other car that's playing silly beggars.
Ah. I see. So, notch 4.
If you want, yeah.
Off we go.
With a 142 you probably get to 25 about here.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot slower than this.
And this thing just goes like a rocket.
That was notorious for it when it was in service. Signalling here is interesting because you've got, obviously there's the little signal underneath allows you to go into an occupied platform, and if you look under that there's like a little lamp.
Yes, there is.
And it's lit up with the number 2, and it can light up with the platform that you go in, so that signal can actually signal you into any one of the 3 platforms.
I've not seen that type of signalling before.
No, it's a Midland signal arrangement. Is that? There's quite a lot of things that are different about Midland signals.
Strange that, because, well, Ashchurch was once LMS.
You go up to 15 now, you don't have to go so slow. Because this signal here, you probably saw the round thing, that's a repeater.
Yeah.
So that tells you what aspect that signal's at.
Right.
If it's at like sloping like it was there, it tells you the next signal's off.
Yeah.
But if it's on, you can still pass it until you get to the proper signal.
Geese there. But you get all sorts of wild birds here.
Yeah, the fishing club that have the rights, they do all sorts of ecology and wildlife stuff on it.